I've got this thing come up. Stay centered.
Oh, just go
Yeah,
maybe later.
I'm just going to go turn on because I don't even know what that means.
No,
But
just go maybe later because otherwise your camera will follow you.
oh, I already hit.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You'll get the recorded version of this anyway.
Oh, is that what it does? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
Nikki, I've had a look through on your socials and everything, and I know you've got lots of stuff going on, and I know that you'd put about your thank you cards and stuff, but I've just got a few questions, like kind of before we jump into that. Is that okay if
Yep.
we just
Yep.
step back?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So, what I want to get an idea of first is to understand what's the kind of mix that you're getting with your sales, like with wholesale versus
Oh no, you're
markets.
breaking up.
Oh no.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
it's all right. I think it's working again. Fingers
Okay.
crossed.
Okay.
Um, okay. I don't do markets. I don't have
Okay.
time to do markets.
Yep.
99% of my sales come from Madeit.
Okay. 1% from made it. Okay. So when we talk about this, because I know that you've got your thank you cards, what have you been like? Have you had, as far as anyone using that 10% discount and stuff, have you been able to see if anyone's using the discount codes?
No, they're not. Although I did get a repeat customer yesterday. I'll just look at her order, but I don't even think she used it. Um, yeah, plays up every now and then. No, she didn't use it. Like I've had a
Yeah.
few repeat customers and none of them have ever used it. And I mean, 10%, I think I remember you saying in a huddle, ages ago, like 10%, whoop-de-doo. And that's why I thought, okay, before I get these printed, like I wanted to chat to you. And I thought, why don't I do 20%? You know, 20% is more attractive, I suppose.
Do you know the thing is that's really interesting with thank you cards? Because I've got like a whole sort of pile of orders of stuff and things that I've done over here. I don't even look at the card. So it's kind of one of those things where I think it's important to have it in there, but I wouldn't overthink it as far as what's on there. And if you're getting it printed, it's kind of like a couple of like really minor suggestions that I would make is to have a QR code so that if someone wants to go somewhere,
Yeah.
it's very clear, it's very easy. Because anytime that someone has to pick up their phone and kind of retype something in, it's usually unlikely that they'll do it. And that's where those QR codes come in. I think as far as what you're wanting, because you're like, hey, can you please review? And then it's like, oh, and here's a discount
Keep breaking
code. Ah, do you know what we can do, Nikki? We could change to, we can either, because I've got full internet in my place. Have you, is it at your place or is it?
up. It's streaming all right, but
It
we've
might
we've
be the
got
camera.
it might be
So, because we can
um
turn off cameras and we can do it that way. I know it's a little bit different doing it that way, but I just want to make sure that we record it because I want you to have it like to go back over.
yeah. I've just turned off that. Phoebe, no, shush. I've just turned off that auto frame.
Okay, that might
So
use less.
hopefully that might help.
Yeah, yeah, because that's
Yeah,
like constantly
that might
trying
help.
to readjust. So what I was saying with the thank you card is I wouldn't overthink it. You know, the majority of people
Yeah.
will barely even read it. Because they're ordering from you from online, it's kind of that thing. I always think it's a really great reminder to have that thank you, 100% handmade, and put kind of your location as well. Like what area would you call yourselves? Like what's the region that
I
you're in?
Bass Coast Shire, but
Basco
that
Shire.
that will change. So I like this next lot of um thank you cards. I definitely don't want to put the location just
Okay.
because.
Who
We're
knows?
we're hoping to
Yeah.
move, 45 minutes north sort of thing.
Gotcha. So you could have in Victoria, right? Like you could
Yep.
have handmade in Victoria, or you could have handmade in Australia. And that's kind of something really simple. I think as far as where you're directing them, when I'm looking through your socials, I'm just like, when I'm looking through, I'm just going to share my screen for a little bit because I just want to go through a few things with you as well, just from the outset. So let me just, oh, is that, there we go. Okay, so when we're coming through to your socials, and I just want to open up your Facebook as well. Okay, cool. So when we're having a look at Facebook versus Instagram versus your Madeit store, right?
Yep.
I would say that at the moment, your Madeit store is probably the space that looks the best.
Yeah.
And I think it's really clean. I think it's easy to contact you. I think it's got the about, they can leave a review. There's all that sort of aspect here. But when I go through to your Instagram and your Facebook, and I mean this with the greatest respect, but I don't think it reflects the quality of your work.
No, it's a mess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And I think I know you were saying about your website, right? So I've got your website up here as well. I think when it comes to your website, there's nothing really happening on it. Like the workshops are out of date. There's nothing to shop. It's telling me to go to
Yeah,
when
it's
I go
telling
to
you to go to Madeit.
yeah. So it's almost like we want to get the shortest steps possible. My suggestion would actually be to clean this up a little bit and to really simplify for the minute, would be to actually redirect your website for now until you're ready to really lean into your website and do email marketing and do the workshops and the blogs and all that sort of stuff. I would just redirect this to your Madeit store because I don't think that there's anything really here.
Yep. The reason why I've left this sort of stagnant sort of right at the moment is because in 2 days, on the 6th, I'm pretty sure it's a 6th, or actually might even be tomorrow, the website renews, and okay. I wanted to speak to you to go, what's the best Bloomer platform that doesn't cost an absolute fortune?
And so this all starts leading back into, though, what's the game plan, right? Like, what is it that you're doing? And because I know you're really time poor as well, and you're trying to do all of the things. In my mind, and like if 99% of your sales are coming from Madeit, my suggestion would just be to leave your website for the minute. You still keep your URL, right? You still keep your domain name. So you're still going to have, and then you can have on your business cards, rather than have madeit.com.au forwards, you just have claycreate.com.au. And when anyone's putting in, because it's very easy to remember as well, and when anyone's putting in that domain name, they're just getting redirected directly to your Madeit store. That simplifies things for the moment, because as far as a website strategy, I think that's part of a whole completely other conversation about what it is that you're wanting to get, and whether is it going to be is it going to be a focus on the workshops. And because the thing is that depending on whether your product focus,
I know it I know it's definitely not going to be focus on workshops. I'm quite possibly going to stop doing and only do one, like, say, every 6 months, that sort of thing.
Okay, perfect.
I've realised my products move a lot better, and I make better money out of those than what I do workshops. I mean, down the line, what I would like to do is, I don't know if you've ever seen Clay Share.
No.
It's a mob in America that do YouTube. They do a lot of YouTube training and all that sort of stuff. I want to be, I want an Australian version of this.
Okay. So I think
for Australian potters.
Yeah. And so when we're talking about, like, what would be my suggestion with your website, again, it goes back into that whole thing of like, well, why do you want one and what actually makes sense there? Because if we're talking about, that YouTube and the tutorials and the teaching, then it may not even be a website that I would recommend. It might be something like school.com, where it's really set up for learning and it's very simple and it's easy to onboard people that way, not necessarily a website. So
Yeah.
while I think that everyone should own their own domain name, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a website. For me, I love Shopify because it's so simple. That's the platform that I would always recommend. And the good thing is with Shopify is because it's so simple and quick to create stuff, then it means it's not taking up your time trying to work out how the hell to actually even use the system. Like, it's quite intuitive how you use it, but there's a fee associated with that.
Yeah.
You're looking at $60 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this the current website, it's just Square. So I don't know, I think it's like 300 a year, but I can't put the link in to link to Madeit.
I know.
I've got just 2 products on there, the custom orders for the garlic graters and the butter bells, and I get plenty of orders through that
Through the website.
Yeah, but obviously Madeit is my main seller.
So with the custom orders that you're getting through that, do you know where those customers are coming from?
To be honest, well, I know their address, obviously, because I've got to send the product, but I'm pretty shocking at checking the analytics when they send through the report. I'll have a quick look and don't really pay much attention. I mean, it's getting plenty of traffic, but
yes,
but I find usually like the wholesale customers, they have found me on Madeit, and then they'll contact me through the Clay Create website.
Yeah.
What I would like to do is have a separate login for wholesale customers so they can just place their order on my website. So I don't think Square allows that.
So let's talk about, because there's lots of different ways that you can do that with wholesale, that you can kind of simplify it a bit more, which might make sense as well. But I guess with your wholesale orders, what sort of margin are you making on them? Like, what's the actual profit that you're making?
Yeah. Okay. Just hang on. I don't know how to share, but
there's a little down the bottom, there's a little arrow that you should be able to share.
Okay. Okay, here's an arrow. No, that's not blooming it.
It's like a green arrow down the bottom and it just says share. If you sort of open up your Zoom screen a little bit, you should be able to see, or it might be in the more 3 dots.
Okay, here we go. So we're going to go share. Going to go to, I need Google. I need to get to this. Hang on. Move that down. Will it move down? There we go. Google Home. Now, I need to put my prices up. I'm not quite sure if you saw the message I sent the other day where I went to hire a potter and they wanted 45.
Yeah, so this is kind of one of the questions.
Just say for the garlic grater herb stripper, which is my number 1 seller. Like, I haven't actually added it up, but I mean, I've sold shitloads.
Yeah.
So, okay, the total cost, okay, so subtotal, that's including the labour, the firing, the clay, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Is $25.67.
Yeah.
I add 30%. The red here, that's $32.10. That's what I'm selling them to Mumbleberry for. and she's retailing them at 59, and she's got them walking out the door.
And so she doesn't mind that
She's
you've got them
ordered.
for less online?
No, she's never said it. She's my first wholesale customer.
Okay. Here's my
And I
here's
did a
my
deal with her because she first turned the offer down.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, yeah, she first
Why did
turned the
she
offer
turn it
down
down?
because of the price. But I said I could put Mumbleberry stamp on the bottom of it as well. And she loved that idea. So it's got Mumbleberry on it and then handcrafted by Clay Create Australia. And she has ordered, I reckon, 300 over since May, I think.
Okay. So one of the things,
And
like
she
I've
sent me a
done,
message last night. She said, whatever you got, send me.
okay. One of the things that I would say with wholesale, and this is something that you're going to really have to work out for yourself, is often wholesale is good for the shop and not necessarily great for you. So
Yeah.
when we're talking, you're adding an extra stamp on there, right? And so even though it says handmade by Clay Create, they're still going to see her logo potentially first, just because they're in that shop and they recognize it.
Yeah.
Whether or
I
not
don't
you
do that with anybody else, but just her. Yep.
Yeah, my thing is that like so you've made 2,400 give or take, right? Since May, so which over that 8 months sort of period, which it's not to say that it's not great, but I guess my question is for you is that what's the game plan here? Because if we're looking at this, there's a labor cost in there that's going to you, right? That you're earning potentially from this. But this is
Yeah.
essentially creating a job because you're not getting a profit from it. I would doubt very much that you're probably getting customers from it. She's probably using her own swing tags on there. So there'll be nothing that really points the customer towards you. You might get one or two, but if this is where you're all of a sudden having to have, bring in a potter who's charging other money because you can't keep up with the volume of it, then what's the game plan? Like, what's the purpose? Is it so
Yeah.
that you can
Like,
get more clay and
I'm
get it
think
cheaper,
like
or
obviously I don't
what's
want.
the?
Yeah, well, that is one thing as well. I can once I get to a certain level, I can get clay a lot cheaper. But actually, in saying that, these are worked. These all my costings I work out on my dearest clay,
Yeah, good, good.
and Mumbleberry don't always use the dearest clay. They
Mm.
most often use my cheapest clay, so I do make more profit. But anyway, I
But when we're
don't
looking
want
at the
to
when we're
have
looking at
heaps of
the
wholesalers.
yeah,
I don't want to have heaps, but I would like a few more.
why?
Um, just because and I would never do their logo again. I'll only
We're
do it for
breaking
Mumbleberry.
we're breaking up
I'll
really
never do their
badly,
logo
Nikki.
again, but I think it's,
You keep dropping out. I can switch my video off if you like, and we can see if it'll go. But because you keep getting like half sentences and then not.
yeah,
Let's just try that.
what a bugger.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, retail's obviously my number one thing. That's where you make the big money. Actually, in saying
oh,
that,
Nikki,
I've up to
Nikki,
made it
Nikki,
once to. Oh no,
Nikki. Sorry, you might have to turn your camera off. I'm getting like half conversations here. I'm so sorry.
okay. Oh,
Just
how
where the
do
video
I?
is, you just click on the video and then it'll like hide the video. There we go. Let's give
Okay,
this
there
a
we
go.
go.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, minimize. Yeah. I have creeped the garlic graters on I've creeped them up on Madeit over the last 6 months. Another dollar, another dollar, another dollar. Keep
Yeah, that's
creeping.
good. That's
Uh,
good.
but I've got the new one coming out. I could release them in December, but I'm going to wait till January. Um, they're basically a very close version of the garlic grater herb stripper, but they're more of a bowl, and they've got a little spout on them so you can mix your salad dressings and marinades, all that sort of thing in it, then
Oh,
pour it out.
nice.
Um, they're made exactly the same as the garlic grater, but I don't do the cut off bit.
See, the thing is for me, Nikki, is I guess
So they're actually quicker for me to make.
yeah,
Um,
the bit
I
that I'm
think I'll
really
get more money for them.
yeah, the bit that I'm struggling with, and I know that because one of the things that you're saying is that you're time poor, is that with wholesale, right? You're not making much margin on it. You might get your clay for less, but even when we look at your clay costs, right? The clay cost for that item is only $2. So even if you save 50 cents off that, like it's not a big, that's not where your costs are. And so for me, when I look at what you're doing online, if you're getting the majority of your sales for online,
No,
my question is why you wouldn't lean into that. And because all the wholesale is doing is pulling you away from actually building your online up.
very true. Yeah, yeah,
Like it's huge. Like it is
yeah.
great for the shop, right? She's like, this is fantastic. And this is no reflection on her as a shop owner. But I guarantee you she won't be promoting your goods. She wants customers to keep coming back onto store, right? You know, you're not doing the markets where they can potentially bump into you there. You might get a couple of customers from her, potentially. But like when I go through and I look at your shop and I go, you know, where are the pictures? Like, where's what's happening on socials? And I go, if we look at like, if we take, so that cost that you've got of 21.58 on labor, what, oh, $30 per hour. Okay. So what are we looking at that? It's about 30, 40 minutes, right?
Actually,
So say that
actually,
again.
I think I'm just looking. It's actually worked on 35 an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, ignore that line because the
That's okay.
formula's
That's
going
okay.
here.
But like without getting really into the specifics of it, right? Like I've just put in, if you've done 300 herb graters with her, it's let's say 40 minutes a herb grater, not including the packing and all that sort of stuff. That's like 12,000 minutes.
Yeah,
So, and which is like 200 hours. So if you'd put that same 200 hours into building online,
effort into my retail side of it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's the thing is for me is
so
that
true.
the wholesale is like, you know, on the flip side though, I totally understand that the great thing is with wholesale is that it makes you feel like you're getting that momentum because there's that volume and you're like, it's going into a shop and you're really making the most of it. But like when I look at your socials, I'm like, where is it on your socials?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the point? And it's
I
not.
mention her when I'm sending stuff off, but um, yeah, it's not getting me exposure. Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, good
So
point.
I just want to, I'm just going to like,
I
like,
push made it. That's what I do.
but I'm going to just take over the share screen for a minute. I just want to take you through a few different things. So when I go through to your Made It store, right? Like, let's take these mugs here as an example. Have you sold any of these?
I
Or have I
sold
still got,
not that
yeah.
particular one, but I did sell a mug yesterday.
Okay.
I
So,
sold the blue one.
so this mug, one photo. Like the thing is that one of the reasons I would say that's potentially hasn't sold, and like we've got two
I'm not holding
mugs,
it to show the size.
but you're not showcasing the product. So again,
Yeah,
if we take that 200 hours, like And we go, well, hold on a second. Maybe your time is better spent really having a beautiful, cohesive collection where your photos, are all at this, like this photo here, like this is a beautiful shot here where you've got with the shadows and everything. Like this one, like, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
even know what the
dreadful.
purpose of it is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of about going, like, if you're really weighing up and you're going, hey, I've got these dreams of what I want to create, like we want to have photos. Like that's not even the same. Is that a different option, is it?
Yeah. It's just showing that they can get different different items in that glaze.
It's just sort of like the thing is that based on what you're making with online, and it's a little bit of, I don't want to say a false economy, but always in the lead up to Christmas, there's going to be an increase in sales, right? So it's like, well, how am I going to continue this on? And how am I going to really keep that audience engaged with what I'm doing? And when I'm looking at your socials, right? Because I think of your product as quite high end. And this isn't reading high end.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep.
So, like, this, like with the Butterbell and stuff, like, this is absolutely beautiful and all of the stuff that you're doing with it. But it's kind of going, well, when we look at like with your reviews that you've got, let's have a look here. Fantastic. Like these, oh, that's Stacey, how gorgeous. But these are sort of the stuff that you could really start to spend some time to get that into here. Now, if you're going, I'm having to bring on an external potter to manage the stuff that I'm doing for wholesale, that I'm not
No,
making
well,
hardly.
that is one thing. I'd never get a potter in to do the wholesale side, only because, less money. That would be me only. I would teach them how to do the retail stuff for Maida.
Okay, perfect. But it's kind of like going again, I know I'm really pushing the point with wholesale, but again about going, well, how am I going to get the best return on investment? And what does that look like?
Yeah, it's retail. It is retail.
And
Yeah.
so when you were talking about, well, how am I going to get more reviews and stuff? Because you've had a lot of orders and not necessarily the reviews, it's following up.
So
Like it's,
follow up with the customer, like,
yeah,
like I find so many people don't reply to the made up messages. It drives me nuts.
so many people don't reply to messages full stop.
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
But I think that there's so much potential here. And look, how active are you in the Facebook group as well?
In the Made It for
Made it one.
Artisans.
No,
Yeah.
not the Made It for Artisans,
Oh,
the Made It.
the where it's the public one.
Yeah.
I sort of had a bit of a boom there for a few weeks where I was putting something up like once a week, and
Okay.
I haven't put up anything for ages at the moment because like I want to put a post up on, actually, what's today? Thursday. It'll probably be tomorrow because I'm doing a kiln unload that's got some more garlic graters because there's only one left in on Made It at the moment, and they're obviously everyone's going nuts with those for obviously Christmas gifts because it's under the 50
Yeah.
and everybody wants them. And you know what? When I think about it, if I didn't make Mumbleberry's last order, I would have had heaps for Made It.
That's what I'm saying.
Money. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I guess for me,
Yeah.
that's kind of where I go. Like, I guess for me, one of the clear things is that when we're talking about positioning yourself as a particular, because who was the ceramicist that you sort of said, or was it their actual store that you wanted to be? Like, who are you aspiring to be like? Do you have someone in mind?
Not really, because I'm a really just quirky nut myself, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
I don't like to. I don't want to be anybody else. I'm just
Okay.
me. Um,
Okay.
I'm all over the place. I'm a scatterbrain.
I think,
um,
well, I think
yeah,
you don't come across that way as far as what's happening from the outside in. But I think that for me, like when we're talking about that whole idea of repeat orders and what it sort of looks like, it's about almost being able to go, well, like if we're sort of taking your herb grader as an example, well, we can start making some assumptions about who your customer is and then potentially what it is that they might be looking for. And the interesting thing that I find with the herb grader in particular is that, yes, it's someone who's cooking. Yes, it's someone who loves home. And even if they're buying it for someone else, like I'm not buying a herb grader for someone, right? Because I don't cook. So I'm like, so for me, it's like, oh, I wouldn't even think of it. But your customer who cooks is going, okay, well, what's the next thing that I'm looking for? And there's a functionality that's happening within that product as well, which is really interesting, which will leave clues to what else you could be creating.
yeah. So just sort of backtracking a little bit, you said to
Yeah.
follow up with the customer. So should I send them a message after I know that they've received their parcel? Because I obviously every parcel goes out with tracking, and I
Yeah.
put it in the Australia Post app, so I know
Yeah.
when they've got it. Should I send them a message through Madeit and say, I see you've got your order. I hope you love it. I don't
How
know.
much how much stalking do you do with your customers?
Sorry,
How much stalking do you do with your customers?
I don't.
So one of the things that you can do is that you'll probably find that a lot of your customers are actually quite easy to find on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah,
And so that's kind of one of the ways where, because I think the more that you can get an understanding for who your customer is, and that's you, like literally taking, so interesting. I'm just looking through at which of your products have sold, like where I can see reviews. And it's funny that a lot of them are that home cooking aspect as well. Anyway, I digress. But it's about going, hey, I'm just going to take 2 minutes to pop their name in socials, Facebook and Instagram, and just go, oh, I wonder if I can find out where they are or who they are.
yeah,
Especially if they've got an unusual name, right? It's an easy little track to do. And it means that if their profiles are open, like I wouldn't request to have access to them unless they've got a public domain. But it means that you can sort of pop in and have a look and get to know a little bit about who they are.
yeah,
Because the thing is that when they're getting a message from Madeit as well, and I'm sure you know this from when you buy something online, the bulk of the emails that you get from that point, from that spot, are essentially just order confirmation, follow up, review, all that sort of stuff, right?
yeah,
But if you're time poor, you're like, I don't have time to even look at them. I don't need to.
yeah,
And that's not because it's made it. That's because that's shopping online.
yeah, yeah. So
So
they don't even bother looking.
no, and unless they've actually had an issue with the product, they're not actively trying to reconnect with you. That means that your interaction points and your ability to nurture relationships, that's where it comes through social media.
Yeah, yeah. I do occasionally, like I'll get a Instagram message or a Facebook message from a customer from Made It, just saying,
Yep.
"Oh my God, I've received my order. I absolutely love it." Blah 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 blah. And I go, "Oh yeah," I take a screenshot of it and go, "I've got to share that on socials," and then I forget about it. And it's been months, and it's just like, "Oh, I shouldn't share
Yeah.
it now. It was months ago."
No, it doesn't matter. Time
Doesn't
makes no
matter.
difference. No, definitely not. Someone could write a review for you from a year ago and it's still relevant. It's like your product is still the same product, right? So if someone says, hey, I love your herb grader, whether it was just now or 6 months ago, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
So I think with that though, when you start to get into, have you done the Canva 2 masterclass?
No, I bought it and it's
Yeah.
sitting there and I haven't done it yet.
So that one there, the thing that I love about social media is that when you've got some templates set up so that when you're creating content, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. all of your fonts are the ones that you're going to use. You already kind of know what it looks like. And the more that you can start to be, I guess, a bit more consistent with how you show up online, the more recognizable you are as a brand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you've got a super strong name, Clay Create, fantastic name, right? Like it's really simple to remember. Like it's one of those names that, because obviously, with almost 1,000 artisans on the platform, I often don't remember the names because it'll be something, just a weird.
I've really found that, like, I did some Christmas shopping last night on Madeit, and I've gone, oh my God, who was that person? And it's just like,
Totally. Because
can't
they've got,
remember
and
their name. Yeah, it's just a ridiculous name.
yeah,
It's
so
just like,
it's where it's kind of like, hey, I can't remember it. But, a couple of little cleanup things that I want to go through with you here as well. So when I go to your link tree, which this is an easy fix, right? Like this will take you 2 minutes to go here. Okay.
yep.
If someone's on Instagram, they're not coming to have a look at you at Facebook,
So get rid of
right?
those links.
Well, but what workshops, they're not happening. Shop Our Ceramics, that's, introduce. I'm like, there is a lot of links here when you could just literally have, and this is where I think it would be really important. What I would say, and one of the strongest suggestions I can make, is that with your website, you take claycreate.com.au and you redirect that to your Madeit store. And then in your Instagram, you just have claycreate.com.au and it goes straight to your Madeit store. Same with on your cards, claycreate.com.au, because even though you don't have a website right now, that's the game plan, right? That's the bigger plan where you're going to be set up on your website, you're going to have email marketing, you're going to have it all in flow, doing all of that stuff. So you still want people to remember, and all they're looking at is claycreate.com.au, claycreate.com.au.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But we're gonna send them to Madeit. We don't need any of these. Like these are, they're just.
I think that the shop ceramics that goes straight to Madeit.
I know, but we don't need to. I don't need to go, and because you've got to remember, if I'm on my mobile as well, right? I don't need to go through all of this stuff to get, because it's not even the first one.
Yeah, and it should be.
And then I was like, and so then I was like, oh, I wonder where your website is. And I was like, Home Clay Create, and it was. You don't want, customers are so time poor. You want to kind of go in with a one-click strategy, right? We want them to go to one spot, one click to get there. And we want that click to be really simple and recognizable and easy to understand.
Yeah.
If we're looking at here, your number one seller is your herb grater, right? We want to make sure, and the custom and pre-orders, yes, that's amazing, but I would also make it really simple. Like, so I want to go through and all of this stuff, right? There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like, we want to make it super easy for customers. Like, ironically, like this is a great shot, but we don't want to send them to Mumbleberry.
Yeah.
Like, this is obviously, we're doing this now. That's great. But I'm like, oh, who's Mumbleberry? Okay. All right. I got lost. Oh, look, they've got something else I'm interested in. See how quickly I lost focus?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So stop. Yeah. Yeah. You lost co-create.
And even
Yeah,
having these
true.
hashtags, even having these hashtags up here in the thing. And we've got pottery workshops and courses, but they're not happening.
Yeah. That definitely needs to change at the moment.
Exactly. And so this is where what I'm saying is that the stuff that you can get to, like with your grid here, when I'm looking at this, it's really simple. Like when you're on mobile, you can so if I go up here, this is a great post, by the way, don't do this here, but when you click here, which you've got to be on your mobile to do it, but you can just remove it from your grid. So we want to make sure that when I come to your grid, it looks beautiful.
Okay, so I didn't know you could remove things from your grid.
Yeah, so grab your phone for a second and just click on any reel. Don't keep that one there. I like that one at the top. But like, let's say even like the round bird one, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I love this, but it doesn't need to live on your main grid.
Okay, so I press The three dots, is it?
Yep.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
will say remove from main profile grid.
Okay, there we go. Done it.
So
And of
you've
course,
got
I've got to
now.
leave the made it one on there.
No, but like what I want to say though is that because we really need to get your branding. Like if you were going to ask me what's the number one thing that I could like give you as a suggestion, it would be to clean up your branding.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
when I look at this shot here, right? And we've got so many different fonts going on all over the place, which makes it harder to look at. Oh, this is a great video. Um, but with this one here, like I actually love that photo of the herb. I'm like, oh, if I'm that customer who cooks, because often people who cook, they have friends who like love to cook and love to eat and love to drink wine. And like there's a whole kind of like avatar that you start to bring up with customers.
yeah,
And it's kind of like, oh, okay, we're starting to get a feel for it. But, like, look at this. And look, I love that you're doing this, right? But I'm coming here and I'm like, this is not a premium artisan, but you are.
yeah.
So if we were going to go through here, this one, great post, love it. This one, I actually love this. But even when I'm looking here, this clay is a dirty 4-letter word. I love that
Yeah,
because it gives some personality to what you're doing.
they're posters I made on Canva that are in my pottery studio. Like they're big,
Okay.
massive posters.
But look at this.
Um,
Like let's go through here. Like look at this one here. This and even if you're not getting massive engagement and stuff from this, right? And this is where I really want to suggest you do the Canva masterclass, that introduction to, because we want to do subtle stuff like center aligning text. We've got it's sort of all left hand aligned and it's off center. But also, this is such a beautiful photo. Straight away that says handmade, high end. Like even the filter you've used on that is beautiful.
okay. Yeah.
And you can see how, like, if we took that photo there, and I'm not sure what product that is, it doesn't really matter for the purpose of what I'm talking about. But, like, say if I went to this one here, and then you had a shot like that, and it had you actually drawing
Actually
in.
making it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd be like, oh my God. And it's straight away because this photo reads very high end. Right. So we want to make
Okay.
sure that we're going, what's the benchmark that we want to sit at? And we want to get some consistency.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show you. Let's I think this one actually here will be a good one for you. But see how it's narrow road. See how with all of her woods, I'm not saying that this will be what yours looks like, but like all of her beeswax, and she's still got work to do as well. But all of her beeswax ones and the ones that she's got on the wood in the background, I would know that's her product without even reading it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if we go to, and, Anna Ceramica, she's quite different. And she's got lots of different stuff. But this sort of photo, I know that's her product without even reading it.
Yeah.
I don't have to look twice at it. So we want to make sure that Clay Create, who has, the super strong name, Clay Create Australia, fantastic. You and Mitch in the photo, the strength of everything that you're doing here, like you're really close.
Really close. Yeah.
So like even with this one, I love that as the main photo.
It's
But this
funny.
is
I get messages. People go, I want that garlic grater where you've got the garlic and herbs in it. What is it? And
exactly,
I go, it's the tan
exactly,
speckled clay with the white glaze.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this is where for me as well, like I would potentially, if your herb stripper is really one of the best performers, like
It
that's
is.
your custom order
It's
one, right?
it's number one, and actually probably the custom orders is most popular. I think it's like the customer feels like they're sort of, they've got a part in creating it. Well, I suppose they do, they
So
sort of just pick the glaze.
that would be, what are you charging for a custom order?
Exactly the same.
So that would be where I would put that you could potentially have, like, see the difference in that photo compared to the other one? They're
Yeah.
worlds away.
Yeah.
It's like this one looks like it's not even potentially clear.
Yeah, it does look a bit blurry on there, doesn't it?
Like, look at this. I mean, that's a great photo, that one there.
That one. I sold one of those mugs yesterday.
Okay. Oh, I'm not surprised.
I very rarely sell mugs though. Garlic graters
Do you
and the
know,
butter
do,
bells, they're my number ones.
and this is where I'm saying, though, that there's a bit of a point of difference with them. Like, I can literally go to any market, to any shop, and I love ceramic mugs, don't get me wrong. And every mug that I own is like, has its own little special heart for me, right? But I can buy them anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas what I love about, the garlic grater, so let's just like play for a second. And I'm very excited to announce, but we're still testing it. So I can't release it to you yet. But anyway, we've got product reordering for you so that you can reorder your products. But like when we start to have a look at this, what are these? These,
Little Christmas decorations.
do they do well?
No, I haven't sold one. And my
Do you know
trees,
why?
the photos. The
No, it's not the
trees,
photos, it's the product.
the product. Because you can get it anywhere.
It's not even that. You are a high-end clay creates artisan. This is not high-end clay creates artisan.
Yeah, okay. Even my Christmas trees, if same line, but the up, yeah, those, I've only sold one. It's to
So
say, I
my
wasted 4 or 5 weeks on doing Christmas decorations.
so did you see one of the video ones that I actually had put up, which is about, an MVP, which is your minimum viable product. And it's like, it would have been better to potentially do less and to just test it out and see how it works. Because
Yeah,
again, there's something to me about this that is non-functioning.
yeah,
Whereas like when I look at like even like, these ones here, which, who knows how they'll particularly go, but I'm like, I'm starting to see like a whole new positioning where it's like, oh, the ceramic salt cellar. It's like, I have such an aversion to these clipped photos where the product's dropped in the
yeah, I
background.
know. Unfortunately, I have a shocking kitchen and a shocking bathroom.
Yeah, but you don't need a kitchen or a bathroom. Like, look at this one where it's just got shadow on it.
Yeah, that is just taken on a white piece of paper.
Perfect. That looks better than that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't need to have a kitchen or all this sort of stuff. What about your earrings? How do your earrings go?
Nah, don't move.
Yep. You know why? Because you can get earrings. Earrings are in abundance.
Yeah. Maybe what I might do is, well, should I totally remove them or, okay, the things that aren't moving, do I do just a massive sale to try and get rid of them?
Yep.
Or do I
Yep.
just take them off totally?
I'd do a massive sale to try and get rid of them. But the way that
Automate
you
it?
Well, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But the way that you do it, though, as well, is you start engaging your audience. And so let's say, for an example, right, if we're talking about unique handcrafted ceramics, like what if we could come up with something where it's like, because clay creates the life, right? So it's all lifestyle stuff potentially, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, hey, we're having a total glow up in 2026. And you then release, and you've got only this beautiful high end stuff, and you're showing great videos of it. You're repositioning that. Because look, and I know we've got the product reordering now as well, which is going to be greatly beneficial for you. But like, this is like, I
Yeah.
have to get through all of that to get to potentially some of your best products.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
And
me
so,
a favour, just click on that. Click on the grader so it puts it back up the top again.
well, this one here, it's at the moment, it'll be your newest to oldest. But like I said, the product reordering will be there. But what I would do is that I would actually have, like, I would put these colors, because you've got the listings, you can do it. Put these as an individual product.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Beck. I can't
They're
remember if it was
hiding.
last week or the week before. We're going to do tan speckled clay garlic graters in one listing, the white
And then the
speckled in one
colors.
listing, and do the custom orders a separate listing as well.
So
Um,
I have a little bit of a counter on that. You could have, because you're saying that they're so popular, right? The customs, you could have this one for 47.95. The custom one is 59.
oh, okay.
It's
Even though
custom.
the custom orders, they pump.
It's up to
There you
you.
go,
That's
59. Wow.
Well,
Well,
you're
I was
saying that you want to step up your pricing anyway. So
yeah,
you just
I
kind of go like it's a custom order. And what it'll do, I bet you what you'll find, you'll get an increase in the stock that you have. Because
yeah,
custom orders are still, you're having to read, like, the more that you can get customers to buy, like actually the stock that you have, right? The more you're going to be able to systemize your productivity in your business.
yeah, yeah,
So, what I would do is that this is just a bit of a play thing, right? But I think that you could have, but again, we need to activate your socials.
yeah,
Because even if you're going to have a sale, like even if you put your earrings and stuff, like I'm not saying that you do this, but even if they were $5, if you're not letting people know, how will they find them?
yeah.
Because if I go earrings as an example, and I know it's not going to actually show me in here the number of products. We've got the new, here we go, 2,335 products of earrings.
It's insane, isn't it?
It is one of, and look, if you're an earring wearer, but I guarantee you that the people that do well with earrings, they've got their socials and they're leading people to their shop. You know, Mary Clay is one of the strongest earring designers, and she's got super active, and she only does stuff at Christmas time, as an example. But let me just show you her. She's got 1,500 followers, but this is her product, and people are going through directly from there.
Yeah,
But she's active. She's got stories. I mean, this is just a shared story, but you can see how when you go here, you can get a pretty good idea of what her product is.
yeah,
And she, look, this isn't the best example that I would give of socials. I still think that's a bit messy, but I think that, you know, if we can get this here, because at the moment it's like, well, and it's great that you've got this feature artisan at the top. It's fantastic, right? But it's like now we want to get to know Nikki from Clay Create.
yeah,
Now, when I'm looking at, because this is Mitch's
yeah.
creations as well.
There's bugger all of his stuff on there. Um,
And what's your plan with that? Where are you planning to go with that?
uh, Mitch is devastated because he's sold bugger all over the last 6 months. So
Yeah.
he has actually stopped,
Okay.
absolutely stopped. But we have a gallery full of his stuff.
So the
Absolutely
thing
full
is,
of it.
the thing that I would say here, right, which is quite interesting, is that I don't think Mitch's stuff makes sense with your stuff.
Yeah,
And that's my biggest thing with it. Like, I actually think that you would be able to get this. Again, same stuff, the photos, like the photos need major work.
they do. And it's so hard to photograph white glaze. It's so
And,
hard.
and this is the thing, though, right? Is that, you know, regardless of what you create, when you're a handmade artisan, part of it, part of the journey is learning how to photograph it, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, I think one of the biggest things is it just looks out of context. I mean, I'd just be interested to see it in a beach location. I want to show you as well.
I have thought about that, taking his stuff down to the beach. Just Melbourne weather's
That's,
been very unkind the last 6 months.
do you know what the thing is though? Is that the good thing about overcast weather is it's actually really easy to take. Overcast weather will be your friend.
Yeah, yeah. No, not when
But
it's
so
windy.
yeah, and see, Marie's taken down all of her shots, but like have a look at this shot here, right? compared to that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
It's stunning. And I'm like, Marie, these are the shots. And this
Yeah.
is down at the beach, like, in that raw creation. But also, as well, I really think, especially if you've got lots of stuff, of Mitch's stuff, my suggestion would be that you have a separate store for it.
Yeah.
It does not make sense. And because your styles are so different.
Yes. I'm functional, he's sculptural.
That's right. So all of a sudden, you've got this functional customer who's really homey and wooden and cooking and fire. And then all of a sudden, you've got a very beach, ocean, sculptural.
Yeah.
Like it's like two different worlds.
Yeah. So I'll do
And
him
so,
the little Madeit store.
yeah. And look, but also, though, as well, and I think this would be, and I don't know, obviously, what it looks like for the two of you, but can he take the photos? Because again, I think that there's a
Nah,
real ownership.
he
He's not into,
has
he's dropped he's not into it.
he doesn't even want to walk in the pottery studio. That's
Oh.
how devastated he is.
The
He
thing
was
is
selling
though,
heaps and heaps and heaps, and then just he hasn't sold anything. Oh, well, he sold one piece in the last 6 months, and he's just devastated. He's just like,
I
I've put so much work into it, blah, blah, blah.
but the reality is though, and this is a really tricky thing that every artisan goes through with their creations. I did the same thing even with my fashion label, is that what you make is only 20% of the business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's
80% of it
so
is
much.
the photos, the how you showcase it, how you talk about it, da, da, da. Whether it's, and look, there might be, an opportunity that you do it in person. But what I would say again is that, and this is up to you, but you need to really weigh up your time, weigh up your return on investment and say, where is the best time spent right now? Did I just lose
Socials,
you?
no, socials and Madeit. Yeah. I've
So,
really got
and
to,
photo,
I've got
like
to
photos,
step it up,
yeah,
get
you
better
do.
photos. Yeah.
So instead of like kind of going, oh, what I need all this stuff and the thank you card and the da da da, it's like that's not what's creating the sales.
Yeah. Very true.
And I think
Very
that the
true.
more that you can keep going, just have that. There's a really famous quote, and it's about, and it was actually from, I thought it was from like the America's Cup boat race or something, but it's like, will this make the boat go faster? And that was for, they were actually, it was, might have been anyway, it doesn't matter, but it was basically Olympians who were training for this particular race, and it's like the only thing they asked was, will this make the boat go faster? So for you, will this get me closer to the dream?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
with the thank you cards, like, honestly, yeah, of course, think about what you're putting on it. Not a priority. Like, you could just literally have on there, thank you, QR code. And eventually, we really want to lead people, think about where we're leading them. So when someone's just bought products from you, right, leading them back to buy more products is often not the best place to send people. But at the moment, we need to get your socials up to a stage where it's exciting to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Because
I
like, and
know like the next few days I'm just crazy busy glazing and getting stuff fired.
mhm.
But tomorrow morning I'll have some stuff, well, some more garlic graters come out of the kiln that I can get up on made at ASAP. Um, that will be my number one thing to do tomorrow morning when the kiln's cool enough.
Can I show you something as well, which is
Yeah.
really interesting with Madeit? I just want to show you, just because we're here, and I can give you a little bit of a sneak peek, but I'll just show you the new product page that's actually being worked on at the moment. But what's interesting, just go to Clay Create. See how it says only 10 available?
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But
That is
also,
lovely.
but what I want to say is you don't want to have only 30 available. You'd be better to say only 5 available, and you just keep updating it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, we want to make it one of those, like,
It's like exclusive. Yeah.
it's exclusive.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Working out, like, if the tumblers don't sell for you, great. Let all of the other artisans do the tumblers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let your zone of genius be like.
I went nuts on the tumblers because I supply a little shop in Somerville, which I'm going to pull out of. Round Bird, I'm going to pull out of. They are shocking at paying. That's where Stacey has the meet up all the time. But yeah, the reason why I made a heap of tumblers is because they were selling like nuts at Somerville. So I go, no, I'll just make a whole heap of them.
But they're one of those things that actually sell in person.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that anyone who drinks tea or coffee is actually quite particular about how they drink tea or coffee.
Yeah.
And so you pick it up and you go, oh, my God, it's the perfect size. It's the liquor that's perfect.
They need to physically hold it. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas when we're talking about, and so where I think that there's going to be lots of opportunity for you, like with the egg catcher thing and stuff, it's in all that sort of stuff. And I'm not saying that that's the one, but I'm like, the more that you can kind of become the go-to person for the full home setup, right? Like for the chef in your world.
Yeah. Just
because then someone might buy the herb grater and then they're like, oh my God, next year I'll get them the citrus thing. Oh, I'll get them the oil thing. Or, oh, is that a whole little kit that comes together and it comes in a gift box, like the ultimate chef box?
Yeah, like I was thinking, should I do the tan speckled clay kitchen collection. So in the main photo, it's got the oil bottle, it's got the garlic grater, it's got a butter bell, all these kitchen things, a spoon rest, blah, blah, blah. And then it takes them through what colours they can order it in or whatever. Like,
I just think like when we're talking about that, right, that's where we're starting to get into gift packs. And that's where again, your ability to take photos and to capture that moment is like the creme de la creme, right? That's going to be your number one focus. But it's about going, hey, if someone's buying a gift, they might want it under $100, right? So what are the 2 things that I can put in there to make it $100 gift?
Yeah, yeah.
And then when we're talking about your thank you card, do you know what would be more beneficial than a thank you card is when we're talking about as a gift?
Product photos?
No, would just be to have a really simple, I'm going to send you a photo afterwards of what Susan did for me with her bonbons. Actually, I don't have it. I think I anyway, but it's just a really, oh, they're beautiful. But it's a really simple tag that says, artisan handmade in Victoria.
Okay.
So because it's a gift, right?
Yeah.
So and then you can have a thank you card underneath with all the stuff and blah, 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 blah. But the first thing, because if I've given that to someone as a gift and I've gone, hey, they're a chef, they might open it and go, oh, okay, cool, oil thing and thanks, that's lovely. But they open it and they're like, oh, holy shit, artisan handmade, 1 of 50 or something,
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Oh my goodness. Artisan handmade, artisan handmade home living or something or other, Play Create Australia. Can you see what a different story that tells?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I actually do remember that little, it's like torn paper that you said put on the top of the box.
The more handmade you can make it look, the better.
Yeah. Okay. You got me, girl.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that we didn't get camera today to get that connection.
That's okay.
But
that's okay.
I think the connection was more important.
I see you 5 days a week.
Well, what I'll do, let me just stop recording.